Hello，大家好，我们今天继续来录制《Her Story》的第3期。好，我们继续。那么上一期我们知道了他们两个身份互换的日子。那么这一期我们再来探索一下。就是上期我们知道，就是说有两个人，一个是吧，一个是 Hannah，一个是义夫。然后他们两个人就是说，在这个短片说了，他们两个人就是说，认识了卡尔，在15岁的时候，然后一夫就是他去替代汉娜，就是勾引了这个卡尔，跟卡尔谈恋爱。然后但是认识西蒙呢，我们还暂且不知道是怎么个情况，我们接着往下看吧，好吧？卡尔，卡尔，
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit.
这里还是汉娜，但是快被戳穿的汉娜。
We were 15.
这里已经是义夫了。
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my
这两
turn.
个人可以共享是吗？
At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
哒。
And I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
一枪，枪枪命中，全靠这段暗影经历。也就是说，他们认识西蒙也是这样，也是跟卡尔一样，他们两个人姐妹共享，对，甚至可以说是共享了。
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
这里是真的好像被抓到什么局子里了，这就是局子里吧？
Are you married? How is your sex life? So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage. No! You're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
啊？为什么他会说这种话？
No.
哎，说错了。
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or
30号的
something.
时候，
The neighbour called me. I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed.
Ah，
And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
我只要记不下了我的备选词。
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
哦，怎么回事？这么咖啡？
No, I'm okay. Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off.
7月2号。
Open this door.
之前是问询，后面是逮捕，对吧？因为是他报的警，对吧？他发现失踪了，报的警。
Yes. When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
哎，我记得有他在崩溃的时候，找不到那个片段了。我记得他在崩溃的时候在开始敲击那个什么。
But they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
啊，我要知道这有关系吗？快！
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff, stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police. Into some night, nursery pile was in the wrong place.
我操，好吓人！
that pile, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place.
写满了。
To the back and
7号的时候写满啦。
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
无子父母，他们的父母已经逝世了。 但是，我先不知道这个汉娜怎么样啊？我错了。
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but
27号一直在这待着呀，不让回呀。
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents.
道格林诺是啊。
I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer.
几年？
It was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. It was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. The forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. Because of the heat.
Oh.
It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
这有点，
No. I'm not sure what Strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but not too stressful.
好吧，18号刚进来是。
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. But he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
原来如此。这样的话，
I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
See you.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road.
I 大概明白了。
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left,
有点奇
I
怪。
left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
他们曾经吵过架，是吗？
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. I got I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Excuse me.
想到什么呢？
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of
啊？发生什么事儿了？后面发生什么事？
He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. Yeah. He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. Yeah. Offsets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket. before when he comes in, if he's in the house. He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. Offsets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have. God, I don't know. Could be anyone. Maybe someone follows him back from the pub.
Mm-hmm.
But why would he let them in? Doesn't make sense.
Eh, 说错了。
Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you? Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you? Sure. Do you want them dropped off to you?
我怎么看正午？
No. I don't know. I don't know. Sure. Sure. Yes. If you put me on You've Been Framed, I want the money. The police station take us. I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
衣服身上，哎，不对啊，他应该是一个人呀，怎么还能拖到衣服身上呢？ Diana.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding.
那个和卡尔是吗？
Simon looked very handsome.
17岁认识 Simon。
His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun
奉子
wedding.
成婚是吧？一发就中了，
Photos
看
you
呐。
couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car. Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a
找
wedding
到一些
last week.
证物了，证据。
Steal. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then. Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then
84年的 Summer。哦，救命！看多少了哦？不是，能不能跟电脑玩啊？它里面内置个下棋的 AI 多难呢？继续。
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again.
这个点就不得死。
But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then Hannah.
你说 Hannah 在怀孕之后就变成 Hannah 的了，Hannah 和西蒙就搬到那个哪儿去了，就是搬出来了，然后在 Eric 的提供的房子里住是吧？和别人和 Eric 家人一起合租，然后是吧？西蒙从装修师傅，然后就是父母死了是吧？亲生的。哦，
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
接水，喝水，今天喝了好多水。
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
那这个婚礼是谁呀？是大致是懂了，越看越迷惑。
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud captions and flip between pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper. undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
好吧，那我们今天就到这里啊。今天这期到这里，我们这个还是获得了不少内容的。我们知道，就是有不少事情的，但是总体来说没有前几期那么重要，那么反转。总之如何，我们下期再见。然后大家拜拜。